An explosive new book claims Russian President Vladimir Putin attempted to assassinate a former Russian spy turned CIA informant, and the killing was planned to take place on American soil. The book is called Spies, the Epic Intelligence War Between East and West, and will be released later this month. And according to this book, Putin's alleged plot was foiled by the U.S. back in 2020, with his main target being Alexander Potayev in 2010. Potayev helped the FBI arrest nearly a dozen Russian spies who were living undercover here in the U.S., all to establish a Russian intelligence network. So the New York Times did extensive investigation into this and did verify many of the key details in the book. So let's bring in now the author of said book, Calder Walton. He's also an historian at Harvard's School of Government. Calder, thank you so much for your time. So based on your writings here, there is this thought to be this failed or foiled assassination attempt, and that it was a game changer. Before we get to that, how do we know that this has not been attempted successfully or not before?
Well, it's great to be with you. Thanks for having me on. And this is exactly the right question. It seems to me that we now know Putin was willing to cross over a bright red line. That is to say, throughout the Cold War and up until this point, the Kremlin has apparently never been willing to sanction an assassination on U.S. soil. It now appears that Putin was willing to do exactly that as recently as 2020. I think, in my own view, this opens up a lot of ugly questions about Putin critics who have died in Western countries, including the U.S., in suspicious circumstances. And my hope is that U.S. authorities are looking into some of these deaths within the U.S. again in light of this revelation.
Absolutely. I should also go ahead.
Sorry, I should also just say that I appreciate the way that you phrase this, because it seems to me that the importance of this story is not about the target himself. He is a brave person who gave secrets to the U.S. from inside Russian intelligence. The significance of this story is the murderous activities and plans of Putin's Kremlin, not the target.
Well, Calder, I know that you've done extensive research into this book, obviously. What does it say, though, about America's defenses, that this attempt failed, that it was essentially foiled?
Well, one of the things that we can say for certain, looking back at the history, is that at any given moment, what appears in the public domain is really the tip of an iceberg of a longer intelligence struggle that's going on. And in the book, I paint the picture of it going on for 100 years between Russia and the West. So what does this say? It says that U.S. intelligence is being very, very successful behind the scenes. It's a staggering success on the part of U.S. intelligence to have recruited this man in Russian intelligence himself. And it also highlights, I think, it explodes some of the myths that Putin's Kremlin peddles about Putin himself being a master spy. In fact, if you look at the recent past 2 decades, Putin has overseen a series of intelligence failures on the part of Russian intelligence. These humiliations for him, his deep cover illegal network being wound up, as you mentioned, in 2010, a failed assassination in Britain in 2018, and now this. I think that this actual intelligence failure, successive failures on his part, explains his appetite for risk-taking, that he's becoming more and more willing to take risks. And I think that this, when the history of this comes to get written, this succession of failures fed into his decision to do something incredibly bold, which was to invade Ukraine in 2022.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.